Hey everybody, we're back in this series of conversation with the one and only Dennis Woloch. And today we're going to talk about Alive 2, which is the follow-up to Love Gun. It seems that by this point, the band has reached a sort of a pattern. They released a couple of albums, live album, couple of, at least that's what I think they were trying to do at this time, although they didn't release a live album until 1993. So like a good 15 years after this, which was Alive 3, of course. So, which incidentally tried to kind of reproduce the artwork of Alive 2, which Dennis designed. So let's talk about Alive 2. What was your involvement in the design of the jacket and the whole package?
What I remember most about beginning the Alive 2 cover was that, you know, Alive 1, we had that picture, which was a fake live shot of them performing on stage. Mm-hmm. And then Alive 2 came along, and I thought, well, you know, we should probably have another live shot of them performing on stage. Hopefully something better or more exciting. But we just didn't have it. Mm-hmm. It didn't exist. There might have been some stuff of two guys, one guy, you know, and I thought about doing that, and it was just another case of not having enough pictures, which I was always complaining about. So I said, you know, I'm just going to do giant type, and it'll look a lot different than the other one, and it'll be graphic, just enormous, Alive 2, Big Kiss logo, and then those four.
So that was your artistic decision to use those
giant. Oh yeah. Nobody was talking in my ear. It was just me sitting there trying to figure it out.
I just want to state that you were, for all intents and purposes, the main Kiss artist at this point. You know, the main.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. And so I made the giant type, and I figured I'd look for some performance pictures of the guys, and I saw some good ones of full body shots of Ace or something, but I couldn't get all four kind of matching like that. So I did faces. I did 4 close-up faces, and they were taken from live performances at least, and that became the cover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then there's that ginormous, spectacular gatefold picture in the studio, which, correct me if I'm wrong, is not a live picture. It was taken during rehearsals, dress rehearsals for the tour.
Yeah, like a sound check rehearsal. It was done in the afternoon of a show that was going to happen that night.
Was that taken? I look in the liner notes, and it doesn't say who took that picture, but I'm assuming it was Lynn Goldsmith, right?
No, it was Barry Levine. I was standing next to him when we took it.
The one with the fireballs?
Yeah, I was standing there with him, halfway back in the audience of an empty theater, mm-hmm. and saying 1, 2, 3, go! Boom! Click. It was in San Diego, I believe.
Aha, I see. Okay.
And the part that tour, which I went out there for a little part of it. I didn't get on the road with them hardly at all, but this particular thing I did. I flew to Fresno. They had a show there. Then from Fresno, we flew to San Diego for 2 or 3 nights, or whatever it was. And then we flew up to LA.
For the forum shows.
I stayed there for a week. So I don't know how. There might have been a few days off, and then they played, you know, can't remember exactly. But,
they recorded those nights of the forum for the record itself.
All right, so yeah, whatever they were doing. But so I was out there for, you know, a week or 10 days or whatever it was, something like that. Mm-hmm. So while we were in San Diego, Barry and I were there for the afternoon sound check, whatever, and planned that shot. And it was an empty theater, and we were by where they do the sound guys were right behind us, you know, where they have their little platform in the middle of the audience a lot of times. And we were standing there, and he had this camera, which was it sort of looked like a 35 millimeter camera, but it was a larger format. So I think it was 120 in one direction, and I don't know what the millimeter was in the other direction. But it was large format. But it wasn't square like Hasselblad.
Well, I can tell.
It was rectangular.
I can tell it's large format because
For him talking to me about it.
The quality of the picture is it's spectacular. You can, like I said again, you can barely see the grain of the film. It's a really good quality film. I can tell that, and the color, everything is just.
Yeah, I'm sure we had it duped onto. We probably made a print because there was some retouching on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of the bombs looked a little anemic compared to the others.
Right.
So we helped it out to balance things out, but not as much as you think, just a little bit.
So who did that, you or Barry?
What, the retouching?
Yeah.
Me.
You did it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I handled all that stuff, all the production stuff.
I can't tell.
Well, no, you know.
It looks perfect to me.
Not supposed to tell.
Really well done.
I can't even remember which one it was.
No, yeah, well, you know what? One of my regrets is that I never actually got to talk to Storm Thorgerson. You know him?
Oh, yeah. I don't know him, but I know who he is.
Right. He had a production an art design art studio called Hypnosis, and he did a lot of those old Pink Floyd album covers, and he did a lot of bands. And his thing was that, just doing this photo compositions that were very ahead of its time, and just using scissors, glue, you know, airbrush. And some of those compositions are seamless. They're so well done. So yeah. It's a lost art form, you know. It's just nobody does anymore.
Not only the airbrush, but remember on one of our former previous interviews, I talked about getting dye transfer.
Yeah.
Dye transfer prints. And when you get a dye transfer, you automatically know that you're not going to be airbrushing on it, mm-hmm. because the way they do retouching was bleach and dye. Mm-hmm. They would bleach out certain colors and add color with dye. Not added with an airbrush, but added with cotton swabs, Q-tips. I don't know how they put it on.
That was because you did that for the insert of the Love Gun record.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, that's right. You know, at some point they this is one of the things that sort of pissed me off. But what are you going to do? But Aucoin, I think he was aware of Hypnosis and their avant-garde kind of design at the time, because you know they look at other groups and what the albums look like and what.
They always did that.
Yeah. So they went and they asked whoever at Hypnosis to come up with some sort of concept or design for one of the albums. Which one? I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, that I've never heard this before.
Yeah, nobody ever heard of it because it's the first time I ever said that. So exclusive.
I'm stunned.
So they brought it in and they showed it to me because they figured, well, you're the art director. So what do you think, Dennis? And I went, well, yeah, I said, it looks kind of like something Hypnosis would do.
Do you remember?
All it was, yeah, it was a snarling dog.
How is that got to do with Kiss?
Snarling dog, you know, looking real vicious. And it was kind of a little bit out of focus, and it looked kind of like, you know, like that, graphic-y, you know. And I said, well, yeah. And then they said, we asked him why he did that, and he said, well, I like dogs. So now they rejected that, and then they went with whatever I was doing. I can't remember which album.
Well,
I wonder if it was alive too.
So it was around this time, 77, 78.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. I can't remember.
You know what? Now that to be fair, even though I appreciate the artistry of a lot of the Hypnosis covers, which, you know, used to captivate me when I was younger, some of his album covers had little to do with the music or the concept of the albums. You know,
yeah, because nobody approached it that way. I never listened to any of the music before I did the album. I never heard, hey, Dennis, this is going to be a little more heavy rock and roll than the previous one, or this is going to be less heavy and a little more pop or a little more disco. None of that ever was told to me.
So basically,
I just made album covers, you know.
So basically, you were working over a title, a concept, and a sort of
sometimes a title,
sometimes a title,
sometimes not a title.
But most of the time, it was a certain sense of continuity and canon, right? What would be the next step that we haven't done before? Fits Kiss's personality as a band, but also could make great merchandise. So you would have to have a lot of checkpoints for each album covers.
A lot of what?
A lot of checkpoints for.
Yeah. Kind of not real conscious, but subconscious. Yes. But I was just always trying to make a Kiss album cover, you know, and I was trying to mix up the looks. Like I said before, I didn't want to repeat same. Ken Kelly did Destroyer. I did not want to do Ken Kelly for the next one, but they talked me into doing him for the next one after that, which was Love Gun. So,
is it fair to say that probably Alive 2 was one of the fastest and easiest to do, because it's just letters and pictures, right?
Yeah, right.
And I'm assuming you also designed the booklet, which is amazing.
Yeah, we did that. Yeah.
It's a great booklet, and I based the design of the presentation of this program on this yellow letters. If you,
yeah, that typeface that we used a lot.
Yeah, big bold letters to me are synonymous of 1970s.
It's called Roslyn, Gothic, Roslyn. Roslyn, that's the name of the typeface.
A lot of those fonts have different names now, but.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Roslyn Gothic Bold. You can find it if you search for it. It'll be that. I was begging for photographs, begging. So we set up a photo session with a guy named Reed Miles. Reed Miles was a graphic designer for a long time, and he worked for Blue Note Records, did a lot of jazz album covers. And then he went to California, and he became a photographer. And Reed did a lot of great photographs. He photographed the band Chicago, did a lot of album covers for Chicago. Very creative, big elaborate setups and things like that. And so Bill Aucoin wanted to use him, and I said, oh, great, because I know his work. Yes. So I called Reed. I said, they're going to be in California. These are the dates. They have a day off on a certain date. I'd like to set up a photo shoot. He said, great. We set it up. We talked it over. He was going to build like a Frankenstein sort of dungeon laboratory set with the dungeon walls and the dirt floor. And he actually rented, because he's in California, he was able to find the original equipment that they used in the original Frankenstein movie.
Wow.
Like the stuff in the laboratory.
Wow.
So he was going to put that in there. And we had it all set, and they canceled. They didn't want to do it. I said, oh, the guy went through a lot of trouble so far. Too bad. We don't want to do it. It's our only day off. It's our only day off, and we don't want to be taking a photo. Now, Gene and Paul were okay with it. It was the other two guys.
I see.
And, you know, they have to have unanimous voting or something. So then we talked them into it, doing it. They said, okay, we'll do it. So I called Reed Miles back. I say, you know, yesterday I canceled it. Well, it's on again. He said, okay. Then the next day they canceled it. And I had to call Reed Miles. I say, it's off again. I'm sorry.
Shit.
So then they talked him into it again, and it was on again. So I said, Reed, it's on. And I'm coming out for the shoot. Okay. So we all go to California, up and down the coast, Fresno, San Diego. Now we're in LA. While Kiss was playing the LA Forum, Cheap Trick was opening.
Yeah.
And I'm backstage at the Forum, and they're getting ready to do one of their shows. And I'm backstage at the Forum is under the stage. You're actually under the stage. Stage is right above you. And we're in this room, and there's the guys getting ready to go on stage, and Howard Marks, and Bill O'Coin, and me. And they say they don't want to do it. They want to cancel it. It's supposed to be the next day. I said, what? And Howard tries to talk him into it, and they say no. Bill O'Coin tries to talk him into it, and they say no.
What was the reason not wanting to do it? Was it concept?
It was their only day off.
Oh, I see. Okay.
They didn't want to work on their day off. So, and then Bill and Howard go like this. Dennis, like I'm supposed to now take over and convince them. All I said to him was, we don't have any photographs. It's all old stuff. I keep regurgitating for everything. I need new stuff. This guy is great, this photographer. He's got the original Frankenstein stuff. He's like amazing what he's set up down there waiting for you guys. All you got to do is step into the set, do some posing, you know. No. I find a telephone backstage. It's like 9 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock, whenever. I say, Reed? He goes, yeah. I said, it's Dennis. I said, they called it off. I said, this time it's for real. I said, send me a bill. That was it.
On that note, I think we covered everything related to Alive 2 for this show. So thank you so much, Dennis, for those memories. And I'm sure, you know, people watching will appreciate it, especially that, that little, you know, hypnosis story you told me that I never heard that before, ever.
Yeah, yeah. They started to tell me about this, and I went, going around behind my back again.
Next time it's going to be double platinum. And,
okay.
And
okay.
hopefully the solo record. We'll see. All right. See you next time.
Bye, everybody.